Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today checking out an insane collaboration between Carpet Company and Nike SB on the SB Dunk High Premium Quick Strike. Without further ado, let's check them out. Alright, so before I get into the shoes themselves, I have to talk about Carpet Company, where they came from, who they are, and what they are today. Two brothers, Osama and Ayman Abdeldayem, started the Carpet Company around, I think 14 years ago, or at age 14, something like that, based out of Baltimore, Maryland in the United States. Obviously, both Arab guys with a lot of Arab influence in terms of script and things like that are represented on the shoe, which we'll get into as much as I possibly know. But the whole story behind them, they're just two insanely smart engineers, I think by sort of day trade, or I guess day job rather. One of them works for NASA, the other one works for like the Maryland something, I don't know. But they're skaters, but they're also like insanely smart people, at least from what I've seen on one of the most awesome little promo videos for this pair, in fact made by Nike Skateboarding. I'll link that in the description below. You should go check it out, where they kind of talk about their background, their history, and sort of design and everything behind the shoe itself. It's really informative. We'll overlay some shots here in this review. But overall, like after watching that, I'm just like, these oaks are seriously cool. Like, I need this shoe in my life now. But alas, these aren't actually mine. Shout out again to Riaz for hooking us up with them. I think he bought them in here through StockX. I can see by the tag here, and dropped them off for review for us. So shout out to you, man. I really appreciate the opportunity to have a look at an incredible pair, which did release in South Africa, but only on sneakers, of course, and obviously no one got. But the whole sort of story, and we'll unpack this throughout the shoe, is really insane. Like from a material perspective, this entire shoe is actually a tearaway shoe. If you guys don't know what that is, the exterior layer of the upper is basically created to fall apart, like when you skate them or actually want to physically tear them yourself. You can do that, and it reveals an entirely different colorway and aesthetic just underneath that top layer. But to get into the shoe itself, and I'm going to start with the outsole as always, you've got this beautiful like sort of light brown gum colored outsole over here, with obviously highlighted with the Nike SB logo in the midfoot. But one of the coolest things here, and it's kind of like it's molded into the outsole of the shoe. I don't know if that's just paint, it probably is, but you've got a Carpet Company logo, or one of at least, which is in the heel section, and that is on both sides of the shoe. However, this one is in the toe section, of course. And then when you flip to the midsoles of the shoes, you've got this kind of like tea-bagged finish, you know, like when you would put a tea bag on paper and you get that kind of washed sort of yellowy brownish look. That's basically throughout the entire midsole over here. It's stronger in certain places. It definitely looks like something that's been done by hand. It kind of reminds me of the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1s, the same kind of aesthetic look with that sort of being done by hand. The stitching throughout the midsole is just done in the straight white stitch. And then moving just above that into the upper now, I'll start with this little insert of suede that you're getting here. It's a reasonably rough suede to touch over here. It is present in the lateral and the medial sides of the shoe, of course. So that's obviously on both sides of the shoe. And then when you move just further up onto the main panels of the shoe, the base setting of that is just done in a flat white leather. It's got a little bit of texture to it. It's not like crazy tumbled or anything like that, but it looks super clean and really highlighting that swoosh overlay. And that is obviously both sides of the shoe as well. Same goes for the toe box over here, standard sort of toe box here with a flat white leather, just with the usual perforations throughout that. Then just moving to the main part of the shoe, I wasn't quite sure what kind of fabric this was going to be. It does look like some kind of very thin blue tinted like nylon mesh of some sort, which kind of sits just a little bit above that base layer. You can actually look like right through that nylon, and you can kind of see the graphic underlays that you get going there. One thing I have picked up between other pairs that I've seen in other reviews, the sort of print that you get on the exterior layer here, which is very sort of faint. You can see those darker tones of blue, etc. Seems to be quite like different between pairs, so I think each one of these has to be to some degree quite unique, of course, which is always something I really love with shoes like this. Like, you know, like you have like a completely unique one of one depending on what pair you get, that kind of thing. So it's something to be aware of. It is another cool feature. Towards the heel section, you've got a Carpet Company logo here, done in very clean embroidery. This is just done in a silver and black coloring. And then towards the heel section of the shoe here, you've got a material that I've never actually seen on a shoe before. It's kind of like a paper towel, or I don't know, looks like something medical to me, to be honest. But you've got this tiny little pull tab over here, and that's on both of these shoes as well. So you can basically just tear that right off, and it's basically going to reveal a pretty awesome message. I think on the left shoe it's got something in Arabic script which points to something around Nike, and then on the other shoe it says brought to you by the Habibis or something. I'm going to overlay that shot, I can't see it at the moment, but really cool hidden details there regardless. But as mentioned, this is a tearaway shoe, so all of these little blue nylon panels that you see, including the swoosh, basically tear away to reveal this kind of like under carpet side coloring. It looks really good, at least from the Nike photo that I'm showing you at the moment. That's what really sold me for this particular shoe. I really want to actually get my hands on a pair of these personally and be able to tear that off, because I think they just look so unique once torn away. Now from a lacing point of view, the shoes do come pre-laced with a set of white laces. However, they have a hell of a lot of other laces here, including a black set, and then inside the other shoe here, a blue set, a yellow set, and then a kind of off-white sail color set as well. So in total, 5 different colorways from a lacing perspective that you can use to really change things up on the shoes themselves. And then just to show you the tongue is done in an off-white sail color as well. It sits really nicely with tying up the midsole colorings and that suede panel to the top of the shoe on the tongue. The tongue tag used here is just white and blue. You've got the Nike SB logo and Carpet Company collaboration logo just underneath that. And then on the reverse of that, you've got kind of like a toweling fabric on the reverse of the tongue at least. And then you've also got another Arabic script over here on the reverse of the tongue. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure it's got something to do with Nike or Carpet Company, I'm gonna guess. And then a small little embroidered Carpet Company logo on the underside of that. So a whole bunch of these like little like Easter egg kind of things that you're finding throughout the shoe. And moving on further to that with other details, you've also got an Arabic script here which has been embroidered in white into the sock line of the shoe, which is done in a predominant blue, and that I believe also represents Carpet Company. And one thing that's going to be quite difficult to show you, you've got a little tag on the inside here. It looks like a sheep or a dog, or I don't really know what that is, but it's a really cool label. It's yellow on the one side, I really don't know if you guys will be able to see that, and then red with the graphic on the other side. And that basically flows through into the insoles of the shoe, which are super awesome as well. Just want to take these out. This is a graphic that you'll find towards the toe box section on the underlayer side of the tearaway. It's basically a character of some sort with a fez. I think that's the correct sort of name for that hat. On that, and it's the same on the other shoe as well, on the other insole at least. There we have it. So they're the side by side, same graphic, one with the Nike SB logo and one with I think the Arabic script Carpet Company logo. That would be an assumption, of course. On the undersides of that, you've got the air zoom units here in the heel section, just because this is a Nike SB model as well. But all in all, I think that is pretty much it for the details and all the cool little theatricals that you get with the Carpet Company SB Dunk High Premium Quick Strikes. Now from a pricing point of view, these released in the States for $125 US. The price here on sneakers in rands was 2,199 Rand 95. Now from a resale perspective, these are sitting anywhere between $400 and $600 in places like StockX and GOAT, etc. Quite a lot of money obviously, but for this particular pair, there's a hell of a lot going on. It's their first official collaboration. It seems like this Carpet Company is going to be a serious force to be reckoned with in the skate brand sphere, and obviously to have a collaboration this big is something super awesome that's already fetching high resale prices. So I'm sure whatever it is that they get up to next on collaborations, even if they're not with Nike, are certainly going to raise some attention. Now from a size perspective, I would recommend going true to size with this. They will be a little bit snug because there's a lot of padding in and around the heel section of the shoe here. So if you're not used to a dunk high and the kind of padding that gives you and support in and around your ankle area, I'm going to say true to size. You shouldn't go wrong with at all. But as usual, if you do have the opportunity to try a pair on before buying, then that's going to be your safest bet. But that is it for this review of the Nike SB Carpet Company collaboration on the Dunk Highs. I hope you guys found it helpful, enjoyable. If you did, please do me the favor, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe right here for more content, reviews and unboxings down the line. But that is all for today, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.